non-functional in Chinsali district as of September 2025, whether the government has any plans to rehabilitate the non-functional boreholes, if so, when the rehabilitation exercise will commence, whether the government has any plans to do new boreholes in the district in 2026, and if there are no such plans, why. And so these queries have been responded to by Her Honor the Vice President, who is sitting in for the Minister of Water Development and Sanitation. At the time that the House was going on a break, Her Honor the Vice President was just responding to another follow-up question from the Chinsali lawmaker. So still to come is question 231. Mr. Chonde of Milenge is expected to ask the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security whether the government has any plans to construct a correctional facility in Milenge district. If so, when the plans will be implemented, and if there are no such plans, why? And the last question for answer understanding order number 82 will come from Mr. Mukosa of Chinsali. He's going to ask the Minister of Fisheries and Livestock how many motorbikes there were for the Fisheries and Livestock Extension Office in Chinsali district as of September 2025, when additional motorbikes will be procured to meet the required number to ensure optimum operation of the office. So those are the three questions understanding order number 80.
Madam Speaker.
And so as soon as a quorum is constituted, business will commence. 1/3 of members of parliament needs to be in the House in order for business to be transacted on the floor of the House. And in case you've just joined us, we did have Her Honor the Vice President's question time much earlier. And Her Honor the Vice President did give a business statement for the period 3rd to 6th March 2026 and 17th to 20th March 2026. The House is expected to consider some government bills, two of them at third reading stage. That's the Criminal Procedure Court Bill, National Assembly Bill number 29 of 2025, and the Food Reserve Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of 2025, all are going to be considered at third reading stage. And thereafter we'll have resumption of consideration of question 4 answer understanding order number 80, that's question 221. And lastly, we'll have resumption of debate on thanks the President's address. Members of Parliament are debating the presidential speech that was delivered last week on Friday, the 20th of February, when the Republican President addressed the House and the nation on the progress made in the application of national values and principles. And so as soon as the quorum is constituted, business will commence. The House, before the break, was considering question 230, which came from Mr. Kalalo Mukosa of Chinsali. And so after that, we expect the House to consider question 231 and 232. And so after that, we'll have consideration of the government bills at third reading stage and resumption of debate for question number 222, understanding order number 80, and the debate on thanks the President's address. And we'll call it a day. So we'll aim you to stay tuned right here as we continue to bring Parliament closer to you. Remember, as soon as the quorum is constituted, business will commence. Have a lovely morning and pleasant viewing.
order. When business was suspended, the House was considering question number 230 on the order paper, asked by the Honourable Member for Chinsali, and Her Honour the Vice President had just finished responding to a follow-up question asked by the Honourable Member for Chinsali. Next question, the Honourable Member for Milenge.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Question number 231.
The Acting Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Madam Speaker, thank you. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank the Honourable Member who has asked the question, Honourable Member for Milenge constituency. Madam Speaker, the question goes as follows, that the Honourable Member has asked the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security the following questions. A, whether the government has any plans to construct a correctional facility in Milenge district. And B, if so, when the plans will be implemented. And if there are no such plans, why? Madam Speaker, in responding to the questions asked by the Honourable Member of Parliament, I wish to inform the House as follows, that the government indeed has plans to construct a modern correctional facility in Milenge district with a total holding capacity of 450 inmates. The proposed facility will be designed to accommodate 400 male inmates and 50 female inmates with separate and secure accommodation in line with international correctional standards and gender-sensitive requirements. Madam Speaker, the facility will be equipped with essential infrastructure, including inmate accommodation blocks, administrative offices, staff housing, and health facilities, workshops, kitchens, and ablution facilities, as well as security installations. The development is intended to enhance the administration of justice in Milenge district by reducing inmate congestion in the neighboring districts, improving inmate welfare, and strengthening rehabilitation and correctional programs. Once completed, Madam Speaker, the correctional facility is expected to improve access to correctional services in Milenge district, promote human custody conditions, and contribute to improved security and service delivery within the criminal justice system. Before I go to the plans, when the plans will be implemented, Madam Speaker, the information has come through that while government is planning on making a bigger facility, as described here, currently the CDF committee has approved to begin constructing some few facilities, some accommodation, as well as a couple of others, the facilities the restaurant or the dining facilities, both where they cook and where the inmates would eat from. So these are already approved by the CDF, which is a commendable commendable action, that the intervention that has come through. And this is what we are encouraging, Madam Speaker, that we need to look at all the available resources, decentralized and also those which are in the capital project. So this gesture demonstrated by the Milenge CDF committee will provide a basis to build up on, to extend and make a bigger facility that will cater for people from Milenge and assist to decongest those facilities in the nearby districts that are catering for them now, which is Mansa and Zambia. And in B, Madam Speaker, the plans will be implemented, that extension, when the funds are available. But at least we are consoled by the fact that CDF committee, honorable member, which is your committee that you are part of, is already taking action, which is a commendable act to you, from you as well being a member of that committee. So government has plans to construct correctional facilities in Milenge. And indeed, Madam Speaker, beyond Milenge as well, we understand that currently the country, to assure the honorable member, the people of Milenge, that action is being undertaken, but at the same time, government is cognizant of the fact that so far in the whole country, we only have about 46 correctional facilities. Only? 46 districts. Only? 70 districts cross-country do not have. And so this is an urgent matter that our government is taking as a priority, because we as a country have to meet the international standards to ensure that our people have facilities and justice is served by having appropriate facilities that meet the standards of not only our own laws, but also international standards. So the honorable member and the people of Milenge are consoled that amongst the priorities that we have, I won't say the number, Milenge is one of those that is being taken into account while CDF is in action. I thank you.
Thank you. Supplementary questions? The honorable member for Milenge.
Thank you very much, and we are glad to hear that you have put us in a priority area. But what is complicating the situation in Milenge is that we have already started receiving the inmates, and the facilities are not ready. So you have a danger in terms of society, because these people that are set for reformation by the correction facility, by the correction service, are now mingling with the community freely. So we have had a few incidences that obviously endangers society. In that case, is your ministry ready to do some immediate intervention measure? The fact that we have started receiving your inmates without the correct facilities for them. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Acting Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Madam Speaker, as I indicated, in this moment, the ministry, government is relying and will continue relying on the other nearby districts to take in the inmates. They cannot go to Milenge when there's no facility. At least the minimum will be when the CDF facilities that are approved are done, that is when Milenge can start receiving. But as at now, it is to rely on Mansa, Zambia, and the other nearby districts. I thank you.
The honorable member for Ron.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to ask the Acting Minister a follow-up question. Honorable Acting Minister, you have indicated that the holding facility that you are going to construct will have a holding capacity of 400 male inmates and 50 female inmates, and you're further gone to commend the Milenge CDF committee for starting doing some auxiliary works. Honorable Minister, are you not considering, as a ministry, to also consider putting up a holding portion of the circumstantial children? What is your ministry doing on that very, very important aspect? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Acting Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Madam Speaker, thank you, and I would like to thank Honourable Member for Ron. And basically, Madam Speaker, that's why I alluded to the fact that all facilities that are built across the country, Milenge too, will have to meet the international standards. And so, therefore, children are part of those humane conditions that are supposed to be adhered to. And these are UN standards and other international standards. And even the plans for such facilities are modeled accordingly to meet those international standards. I submit.
Next question, the Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Question number 232.
The Minister of Fisheries and Livestock.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mr. Karem Kosa Chinsali, Member of Parliament, to ask the Minister of Fisheries and Livestock 2 questions. How many motorbikes were there? How many motorbikes there were for the Fisheries and Livestock Extension Office in Chinsali District as of September 2025? B, when additional motorbikes will be procured to meet the required number to ensure optimum operation of the office. Madam Speaker, the response from my ministry to question A is, my ministry continues to prioritize strengthening support to extension officers by enhancing provision of transport to improve service delivery. As at September 2025, the Fisheries and Livestock Extension Office in Chinsali District had a total of 7 motorbikes. Of these, 3 were operational and supporting field activities, while the remaining 4 were non-operational and awaiting repair in order to be brought back into service. Answer to question B. The House may wish to note that during the current planning period, my ministry has prioritized the procurement of 70 additional motorbikes for nationwide distribution, subject to availability of funds and the completion of the necessary procurement processes. Under the proposed allocation, Muchinga Province is earmarked to receive 6 motorbikes once procured. The Provincial Fisheries and Livestock Coordinating Office, in collaboration with the local authority, would determine the final district-level allocation based on the operational requirements and workload of each district. I submit.
Thank you. Supplementary questions. The Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for the response, where you have indicated that we have a total of 7 motorbikes in Chinsali District, of which 4 are non-operational, and there are only 3 that are currently working. Now, Honorable Minister, where are we having a challenge with repairing these motorbikes? Because I know for a fact that repairing of motorbikes is not expensive. That is an issue that in an event that your people at the Fisheries and Livestock Office in Chinsali, if